folks, it's Ron with On Fire Concerts. We're doing our artist interview of the month, and today we have Miss Raelyn Nelson.
Hey!
And JB, the band, Raelyn is a Raelyn Nelson band.
That's right, yeah, I can't make the sound without my band.
You can't do it without the band.
He's the mind behind all that, so
and
drag him along.
We appreciate y'all being with us today on this. And we are doing this from the Willie Nelson Museum. They were gracious enough to let us come in here when I was talking to them yesterday, and I'm just thrilled to have you here today.
Yeah, me too. I haven't been in the museum part in a few years, so this is
an
exciting
amazing
for me.
museum. I mean, they added more and more stuff. And I was, and you may be able to tell me this, but Mark here was telling me that furniture there was your granddad's.
Oh,
Willie.
yeah. I took naps there when I was a little girl.
Oh, did you?
I have no idea. I'm making this up.
You're making it all up. It sounds good. You know.
This is the bus that I rode in on today.
Yeah, we just sat up in front of it. But in case y'all don't know, Raelyn is Willie's granddaughter.
Yes.
And were you born or just?
I was born
in Nashville. I mean.
Yes, I was born here. So my dad was on the bus with Papa Willie, and when he came through town, he stopped at a radio station to do an interview. And my mom was working as one of the radio station promo girls there. So my dad met my mom, and they fell in love and laid roots here. Got married here, and I was born and raised. And right now, I'm the only Nelson here.
Yeah, and I believe I read where you started singing at like 8-year-old or so.
Yeah, I've been singing my whole life, but professionally not until I was after I had nursed babies and
But see, like we were talking about earlier, you're young.
Yes, very young.
We got a couple of my cheat sheets here. Your first CD, I believe, came out in 2014. And you had a song on there. One of your songs on there that all of them were good that I listened to, but one was a Moon song.
Oh yeah, so that was the first song that JB and I wrote together.
Yep.
And we, JB was like, I wonder if your grandpa would sing and play on it. I'm like, I wonder if he would. So I just texted him.
Actually, I asked if he'd just play on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think he'd play a lead on it.
And so I texted him and sent him the song. I'm like, listen to this, see if you'd like to play on it. And he said, yeah. And he was like, let's make it a world smash hit.
That is
so
a unique song, and I think people, the more they learn about you, they're gonna learn a lot more about your talents in the wide range, I call it. Because even on your website, you said you're a mixture of Loretta Lynn and Cheap Trick.
Yeah, and that's mostly like all of those guys are the Cheap Trick, and then they opened me up to this whole new world of music with Joan Jett and the Runaways and the Clash and the Ramones and Off and all, Beastie Boys even, like just all these different artists that I hadn't really gotten into because I was mostly into country and gospel music when I was young, and then pop, of course.
Right.
Anyway.
That is, I mean, you're diverse enough that you can cover all fields, and your shows are, I mean, from the videos that I have seen, the crowd loves it.
Yeah, we've opened up for Tim McGraw and Rascal Flatts, and then also the Descendants at Marathon,
Well, you played Farm Aid also.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I believe the new CD you have coming out.
November 8th. It's called Don't.
And the song from that I have been sharing and resharing on my Facebook page, because I love the song, is Weed and Whiskey.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
Yeah, it is a party anthem. It feels like a party anthem song, but it is calling out our leaders who choose to demonize a plant that has been proven to get people off of opioids,
Right.
I've had someone close to me, or close to my sister actually, that was affected by that, and the family's still getting a run through all kinds of stuff, and it's affected so many people, and
I think it's a lot about education.
In my opinion, we don't need any pills. We just need a little bit of weed and whiskey.
And that is all.
We don't, everything in moderation, but just a little bit.
Who wrote that song?
It was all me. No, it's JB and I wrote it together.
Because the line in that song is,
it was probably my line.
I haven't got no pills that cure my ills or something.
Yeah.
I thought, now that's a line. I mean,
Yeah.
and and just talking about the cure and what we can actually benefit. I mean, people that, my wife went through breast cancer.
Okay.
And the doctor said that, of course, he's not for weed, but, and then he threw in the but, if they legalize it for medical purposes, it's been proven
Yeah.
to help things.
Yeah.
And cancer's one that he would try them.
Right. Well, yeah, it's been proven in cancer studies that it just changes cells over to healthy cells.
And, I mean,
THC and cannabinoids.
I
You don't
didn't
even
know
have to
that
have
at
the
the
THC necessarily. That does help too, but the CBDs, that's without the psychoactive part of the drug, you can just use hemp to help heal yourself.
There's a lot that people just don't know,
Yeah, you just need to be informed.
And that's the thing.
And there's this stigma, this old stigma with marijuana, that people just think people want to get stoned. And you know what? If people do, that's okay, but also it helps.
Right. It's not, it's like I said, there's a lot worse things that you could do. And like I said, there's a lot of benefits that,
People don't usually want to go in some sort of rage when they're stoned.
no, I mean, it's like anything. There's, it's like alcohol or anything else. It's, moderation is the key, I guess.
Yeah, in that aspect. But I think it's definitely safer than alcohol. And I drink alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
I drink whiskey and I love beer, so.
But, I think there's like you said, education on that. Now, when you started, I believe that, I know I've heard you say in other interviews that you didn't go to the publishers and the record labels like the most people trying to get in. You went on your own to have the control.
Yeah.
I guess would be the word.
Well, we knew what we wanted to sound like, and that being said, I had a couple of meetings, and everybody wanted to change everything and soften the edges and just kind of do things that other people were doing, and I'm like, no, we're doing this, and we want it this way, and I was so lucky to find JB and Preach, and they've been playing with me since the beginning.
And we were used to that kind of stuff because we played in punk bands and things like that coming up, so you do everything yourself.
Well, I believe you in Preach and who was it?
Evan?
Evan's our drummer now, but Polly originally.
Polly is who I was trying to
And that's
think
all
of.
JB's
Y'all were
buds.
together 25 years?
Oh, we've been playing in bands, forever. We've
Forever,
been here
right?
ever since.
50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we can't call him young.
No, you can't. You can't. But
He's like me. We can't call him.
But we were in bands in 1985, 84 in here, and playing in rock bands and metal bands and punk bands and pop rock bands, whatever. But back then, in the early or late 80s and around the time the Scorchers were huge here in town, and with that kind of music we were playing, that's what you did. You went out and did it yourself,
And
so we had a little bit of experience, at least in it's going to be tough. We're going to be a lot of hours in the van. It's not going to be easy. But the flip side is if you do it right, then you'll be allowed to do whatever you want to do and not have people getting their fingers in the pies.
Well, some music, and I think that it's like, I don't know, do you remember Ricky Van Shelton? Ricky, I had talked to him a while back, and Ricky was at the top of the world in the music world when he walked away. And he said it was a lot of things like what you're talking about, the control, them telling you how to do things. He said, as artists, we're on the stage, and when we do a song, we see how the crowd responds to that song. And we come back and we say, hey, I'm going to put this song on my album. Nah, we don't like that.
Right.
But they're not out there seeing how the crowd
Right.
responds to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that creativity, I guess, as part of it. But it's a amazing thing, and I think it's rare, and I'm proud that you're doing that.
Thank you.
Now you play ukulele.
Yeah, so that all started because JB had just done an all replacements.
There was
an
this
all
old band, The
ukulele-
Replacements, that me and a buddy were fans of, and it was we did a cover record of their songs, but using nothing but ukuleles and percussion instruments. So,
Yeah, and that album's called Bright Littlefield.
treatment bound, I think.
Shit. Treatment Bound. What allowed to say shit on here?
It's fine.
Treatment Bound by the group Bright Littlefield. And so he had about 37 ukuleles in his studio when he was doing the engineering part of our early songs. I had him show me how to play some chords, and if you already play guitar, ukulele is pretty easy to pick up, and actually it's a lot lighter too. It's pretty easy to pick up. But anyway, I just started learning, and then I was like, hey, I want to play ukulele in our band, and he's like, okay, we just have to plug it into an amp, and so we can be heard.
Make sure it's loud.
We go from there, you know.
Exactly.
The only other person that I know of off my head, without sitting here thinking, and I don't know that I could, but that plays ukulele is a comedian.
That's really neat.
You know, if you remember, ever heard of Victoria Jackson?
Oh yeah.
She was on Saturday Night
Yeah,
Live.
you would know her if you saw a picture.
You would know her. She was on Saturday Night Live, and she stands on her head, and she does different things. You know.
I could do
I
that.
thought he was going with Tiny Tim for a second.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
More current. Yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, I thought, oh, that's cool. That's that's something that I could try to play. You know, I can't play guitar.
It's pretty easy, and you can move around a lot.
Tell us, I mean, tell us a little bit more about the band. I mean, y'all got together, y'all all write together, produce.
So JB and I write the songs together. Usually I have an idea and I voice memo it to him, and then he voice memo something back, and then we write the song. Sometimes he has ideas too.
But yeah, we go back and forth on the
We arrange it
iPhone for
together.
the most part until it gets close, and then we'll get together with 2 guitars and hammer out the last little bits of it, and then just do a quick demo. I've got a small studio out back behind my house, and we'll knock out a really quick demo and just play everything, and then see how it kind of get it arranged there, and then pass it out to the band. They jump on and add their bits, and that's kind of how everyone's gone.
And then y'all are all, I mean, it's
And we
fun.
change the key.
You know, it's fun, and that makes the chemistry on stage.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people can tell those things.
We're all a part of the song, you know.
Well, it's also
we're little pieces on it.
it's also more of a band than people are used to. Usually in this kind of genre, there's the singer and there's a bunch of great musicians, but they're hired for that particular gig. And this, I mean, it's a band. It's not like Raelyn and hired guns.
I've always wanted a band and to be in a band. I saw my grandpa and my aunt Bobby. You know, they've been playing in a band together for over 40 years.
Well, Willie's band, I mean, and Christopherson and these guys, that band's their band.
Yeah.
I mean, that's family. Is what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's what Papa Willie Nelson and their family did.
Yeah, and I mean, you can listen to somebody, even studio musicians, and when you go into the record in the studio, you want your band, or I would.
Yeah.
And because when you do that, they listen to it on a CD record, then you go to a concert. It's just something, you don't sound different. They don't, that ain't the way I remember.
Yeah.
You know, but the chemistry is good. So here in Nashville, you're local. So do you perform a lot in Nashville? Or do y'all stay?
You know, we try to do every few months or so. You know, but not really. We're away a lot. We're actually going to be playing November 7th, I think, at 3rd and Lindsley. I don't even know if that's confirmed.
That's not confirmed
It's
quite
not
yet.
confirmed, so
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
So that's possible.
But we play way more out of town.
Out of town.
Out of town than in town. That's you know, I promote, like I was telling you earlier, but we promote. I don't promote in Nashville,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and I've learned, small promoter, like me, you know, they're just. It don't matter if it's not industry. It seems like you're beating your head on the wall, because why pay $25 or $30 for a ticket if it's not somebody selling out Bridgestone? But I mean, to come to a show when you can go Broadway or anywhere else, see them free.
Exactly.
I mean, if that makes
This
sense.
is why we don't play a whole lot. We were talking about this the other day. I don't know if bands even come here. I guess people still come here to make it, but it's such an industry town. If you have a whole band together, I don't know why anybody would necessarily come here.
I'm trying to remember who it was. There's a great songwriter, country songwriter, Eddie Raven.
Oh yeah.
Eddie said, one time I asked him, I said, what advice would you give a young artist coming to Nashville? He said, get a job.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
he said, do what you love, go after what you want. But in the meanwhile,
But you're not paying bills.
You
in
gotta
Nashville.
pay bills.
Yeah, just by playing in Nashville.
you know, so get a
But
job.
there's such a dearth of talent here. You know, everybody's a player in town, so it's not. If you get 45 miles outside the city limits,
It's entirely different
people
world.
are shocked. And it's I've been playing here forever, so I'm used to the the folded arm, musician stare, I can still gauge if they're into it or not just because I've been doing it so long. But friends or other bands will come through and I try and warn them, look, man, if they're not going crazy, doesn't mean you suck. They're not going to go crazy.
Right,
So
they're not going to here in this town.
happen.
And it's like we do a lot in a little town called Belleville.
Oh, yeah.
We fill up 250 seats, wherever show we do there, the people love it. But it's like, the artists will say, we've had artists, that will come in and say, they play clubs, they played at venues, the large ring. But, these type of venues are not people hollering and shouting and not listening to you.
Right.
Yeah.
These are actually here to listen, And to me as an artist, I think the scene where everybody's just talking and drowning you out and not even hearing you, that might get old to me after a little while. But I don't want to be heard, I think.
Yeah, well, we do a little bit of both. We do some of those listening room and house parties where we'll play acoustic and get that through. But we also have the benefit of we're a loud rock and roll band, so we can go get that part,
And the house parties, it's what you know you're going to.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you choose. You want to. Tell the folks out here where they can find out about Raelyn Nelson Band and order your new CDs.
So on our website, RaelynNelsonBand.com, RAELYN Nelson Band, and then at Raelyn Nelson Band on all the social media.
Okay, and are there anything else that you're involved in that you would want to mention?
You should check out the Tennessee Cannabis Coalition and stay informed on all of the updates with that. I'm trying to get medical pass here in Tennessee. And then Willie's Kids is also another one. It's a humane education nonprofit organization that my Aunt Amy Nelson and I started.
Good.
And it'd be cool if you liked that, so you can stay informed on all the updates with that as well.
And check out the new video for Weed and Whiskey.
That you want to
And
do,
then the
folks.
Raelyn Nelson Band stuff as well. And then we just put out Hating You, and I'm working on a video for that one too, so stay tuned.
If it's another funny, like your brother video, I liked it.
Oh, thank you.
Then
The Weed and Whiskey video is kind of along the same lines.
Yeah.
that's game.
All of them have humor.
That is neat, and the new CD is called Don't.
Don't. Mm-hmm. But
and
do check it out.
Do check it out. Yeah, you won't don't. Yeah. When does it come out?
November 8th.
November 8th.
Yeah.
And it'll be available
all the
But
stuff.
you can order it early from our website.
Yeah, we do have some CDs that we can send out,
Okay.
But digitally it'll be everywhere November 8th.
And
Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Deezer.
I learned a couple of things the other day in here while I was talking to Mark. You have bracelets.
So I make these bracelets. I call them Raelyn Nelson bandana wrapped guitar string bracelets, and I collect guitar strings from family and friends. See if that fits you. I'm not sure if it will. I have bigger ones. They kind of bend, but also maybe not. But anyway, I just collect them and sell them or give them away. It's just like a way to remember the band too, and
Okay.
and to
I
also
seen
pay for
Willie
gas.
with one of them on.
Yeah, I
And-
did. I gave him one.
And he had, I seen a picture with,
Oh, yeah.
with it on. So we got that. Now, are you involved in a wildlife, sometimes other,
Probably the Willie's Kids is what you were.
that may be
thinking.
what it
Mhm.
referred to. I seen there on your website there was some links to that.
To Willie's Kids,
Yeah.
probably, yeah.
And so, do you have upcoming shows? You don't have anything in Nashville, you said right now. Maybe the 3rd and Lindsay.
Maybe 3rd and Lindsley in November, but nothing. Yeah,
But all
everything
your-
else is out of town and overseas or next year.
Your schedule will be on your website if anybody wants to check, and Facebook.
Yeah, if I can remember to update the tour schedule. Yeah.
I think I seen one on there in Virginia. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna go we'll do the house show this weekend in Noble. It's called Noble Live House Concerts, and I think they're probably at capacity. So I don't know, maybe come and listen from the outside or something. I don't know. It's a house show.
Outside, you can hear it come up to the window.
Yeah.
And you're on Facebook and Twitter and all
On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Are there any more that matter? I think there's Reddit.
anything, JB, that you want to tell anybody
Promote
about?
anything, Jonathan Bright?
No, I'm good. There you go.
Well, folks, we're just honored to have y'all here with us today, and thank y'all for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having
And
us.
we want to say thank you to the Willie Nelson Museum on Music Valley out here in Music Valley
Thanks,
by
Mark.
Opryland. If you've never been out here, you need to come out here and see this.
I want to film a video out here. Do you think he'd let me film a music video in here?
I'm comfortable he would.
Okay.
I was told there's a lot of people who uses this in here. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You
either.
learn something every day. But we appreciate y'all checking in with us today. Tell your friends about us. Check out all the videos. Check out Raelyn Nelson Band. JB, you'll see them all on Twitter, Facebook. And we look forward to it. So check us out on www.onfireconcerts.com and say hello and share these with your friends. And we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.